So RFK Jr. just had his congressional hearing after more than 1,000 current and former HHS staffers demanded his resignation because they saw him as a danger to America. The CDC director was fired, and then the top officials staged a walkout with many directors and chief medical officers quitting to make a point about the direction HHS was taking them. Among the directors we lost were the CDC chief medical officer and the director of the CDC's National Center of Emerging and Zoonotic Infectious Diseases. So, like really essential workers. The people who know science and health are screaming from the rooftops that Americans are in danger, and they're the ones losing their jobs. It is Robert F. Kennedy Jr. who needs to lose his job, as he is currently working outside of both science and public opinion. The people want access to vaccines. 80% of Americans support mandates for vaccines in school, and yet RFK Jr. is cutting them, along with COVID vaccines for consenting adults, because he is not a vaccine skeptic. He is an anti-vaxxer. He lied in his confirmation hearing about believing in science and is now trashing our world-class healthcare system with absolutely zero expertise to back him up. As Georgia Senator Warnock said to him in the hearing, for the first time we are seeing the deaths of children from measles, something we haven't seen in 2 decades. And it's happening under your watch because you are a hazard to the health of the American people. I should really remind everyone that in 1900, 31% of all deaths were children under the age of 5. Today, that number is 0.7%. And just so we're clear, back then, everyone was eating organic. The water was exceptionally clean. There were no toxic food dyes. We were all stay-at-home moms. What stopped our children from dying was vaccines and medications and the advancement of modern science. Science has been proven to work safely and effectively time and time again, and it is absolutely asinine to say different. This man is so out of his depth. We knew that before he was confirmed, but Republican senators chose to confirm him anyway. Now scientists are raging that he is literally going to kill us, and they can't just stand by and watch. Now, I am very critical of the Democrats in Congress, but I thought the senators involved did a really good job at the hearing, showing us how completely unfit this man is for his position. And the fact that impeachment isn't being automatically demanded by both parties right now is an absolute embarrassment. So if staying on Donald Trump's good side is more important to Republicans than our lives, then I believe the Democrats need to introduce the impeachment of RFK in the House. Let the Republicans and Trump defend him. At least go on record as trying to get rid of him because this is insane and he is going to kill thousands and thousands of our people, including our children. The Democrats might even get some Republican support here because there were clearly Republican senators watching that hearing who know better. Give them a reason to get rid of him. I am also on board with the Democrats appointing a counter Secretary of Health and Human Services, someone who can speak with authority on medical and scientific issues, someone the public can trust since we can no longer trust our own government. We need a go-to person to counter what comes out of RFK Jr.'s department and his mouth. I think the overwhelming sense I got from the entire hearing is that RFK Jr. is an entitled brat who believes no one has the right to question him about anything, even when other people's lives are at stake because of his own decisions. The entire hearing was completely infuriating. As this brilliant man pointed out online, even if RFK Jr. sincerely thinks he is trying to make America healthier, the fact that he thinks he knows better and more than the entire medical and scientific community, despite having absolutely no medical or scientific education or training of any kind, is reason alone to keep him away from all of our public health policy. Because no one with that level of arrogance and ignorance should be making decisions of any kind for anyone. Call your representatives. Tell them to fire RFK Jr.